Imagine hearing that riff at 4 years old, and it's gonna follow you through your entire childhood and to your adult life. This song has a very special meaning to me, and it was like pretty much the introduction to metal, even though I didn't even know it at 4. So, it kind of reminded me of like Big Pimpin' on how powerful music is. And I'm talking about Big Pimpin' from Jay-Z. Growing up, I'm like, dude, I want to spend some cheese too, even though I had no idea what the hell he was talking about. I knew when I grew up, I was going to do the same thing. So when I was 4, my uncle used to watch me when my parents went to work. And this guy was a huge music dude. He would listen to Ozzy, Metallica, Pantera, Bob Marley. I didn't hear any Garth Brooks. I was kind of down by that, but I didn't really comprehend much. But according to ancient texts from my mom, she said one day when she picked me up, I came out singing the chorus to walk. You know, respect. You talking to me. Now imagine a 4-year-old singing that to you aggressively, having no idea what he's saying. That's how it was. So let's talk about it. Now, I'm not going to go in depth of this song or even the record. There's plenty of channels that do that. I'm just talking about a core memory for me with the song. So, if you didn't know, really quick, this is on Pantera's 6th album, Vulgar Display of Power. I could never say that word. And it's their 6th album. So they've been around for quite some time, and they think this is like their second when they reinvented themselves. Again, that's as much as you're going to get. But I can't forget, I have to mention the iconic guitar player for the band, Dimebag Darrell. He gave us this beautiful riff. So, like every chorus, right? And I mentioned it earlier, respect, walk, are you talking to me? Dude, this sounds like a metal version of Aretha Franklin's Respect. Because it was telling you don't take any crap from anyone. But this is a very popular metal song. It's very popular. It's like Crazy Train. This song almost has like 600 million plays on Spotify at the current time. Almost none. It's almost there. So it's crazy that this is one of my core memories, right? So let's talk about an interesting encounter with the song. So Avenged Sevenfold, they just dropped their White Album, which I gotta say was probably my favorite of their album discography. They played Walk towards the end of their set. It was a surprise. No one knew what was going on. Some people didn't even recognize the song, but luckily enough, my uncle was there, and we both looked at each other and like, dude, this is dope. And that was like it's the song I share with my mom and my uncle because those are two instances that always stick in my head every time I think about the song. And, growing up, I started listening to it less and less just because it got to the point where, like, when you eat a certain food growing up and it's like, dude, I feel like I've had this a lot. That's spaghetti for me. So it's not like I didn't hate the song, but it just wasn't my first choice anymore. So I started listening less and less. I don't currently have it on any playlist right now. But, it's still around in my life every day. You want to know why? Because, like I said, I share this with my mom. It's one song that it always reminds me of her in that time. And I made it her ringtone. So anytime I get a message, anytime, just anything from her, I hear Walk play. And that is why I can hear it all the time. So let me know, were you a big fan of Pantera? Did you have any favorite songs growing up as a 4-year-old listening to heavy metal? Growing up, everyone had different introductions to music, and this was just a unique one I wanted to share with everyone. So let me know. And until next time, bye.